The University of San Francisco Geospatial Analysis Lab presents the following presentation. Climate change and California wildfires. Has persistent drought had an effect on the duration of the wildfire season in California? Climate change is an ongoing global and local problem. Temperature and precipitation cycles have changed on a global scale, and here in California, fluctuating temperatures and decreased precipitation have led to persistent drought. California has an established fire season, and it is widely understood among forest managers that a certain amount of forest land will burn. However, the amount of acreage burned and the cost of containing and fighting fires has risen steadily for over a decade. The justification for this study arises from the need to anticipate potentially longer fire seasons and the changes in management and containment strategies such lengthened seasons will necessitate. This will inform managers if additional resources will be needed to fight longer, more intense fires, and what strategies will be most effective in recovering a damaged landscape. This study utilized ArcMap geoprocessing tools customized with ArcPython scripting to generate data on month and year of fire occurrence and total number of acres burned for the period of 2000 through 2015 compared to drought severity ratings. Data were then processed in Microsoft Excel to produce graphs of total fires by year, sum total of acres burned by month, and the average number of acres burned to show if the fire season lengthened because of drought. NASA and other monitoring agencies have shown that global temperatures, particularly in the northern hemisphere, have shown a steady mean increase for at least the last 40 years. While global temperatures showed an overall average increase, temperatures in California remained relatively stable, although during the study period from 2000 to 2015, a slight increase in temperature was noted in the central and the southern parts of the state. Additionally, levels of annual precipitation in California have decreased over the course of the study period, showing a steady downward trend below the long-term average from 2000 until present. Drought conditions in California from 2000 to 2015 show a steady trend of increasing severity. Although there are periods of reprieve where conditions ranged from abnormally dry to severe drought, the time from 2010 until 2015 shows steadily worsening statewide drought conditions. The number of wildfires by year in California has also increased. Undoubtedly, reporting and detection methods have improved considerably since 1921, when the first fires in this data set were reported. But, as illustrated by these data, the size of the reported fires by state region and the subsequent number of acres burned has increased considerably in just the last 20 years. The overall total count of fires has increased from the period of 2000 through 2015. Oddly though, the conditions that show the greatest overall net increase are drought conditions that range from abnormally dry to severe drought. In relation to drought severity, the sum total acres burned is at the greatest quantity during abnormally dry to severe drought, with extreme and exceptional drought conditions showing a lower quantity of acres burned, a result that is not quite expected, but in keeping with the findings in the literature. Over the course of the study period, the average acres burned per month showed extreme and exceptional drought contribute to higher average fire severity than the other conditions, but none of the data suggest that the fire season is lengthened by drought conditions, only that the intensity and severity of wildfires increases during the season. The limitations of this study are the short period of time for which data was analyzed. Also, this study doesn't take into account any potential effects non-native or invasive understory species may have on fuel structure and loading. The study also does not account for fire frequency by patch or whether the fires are primarily ground or crown fires. Although drought does not appear to lengthen California fire seasons, wildfire cycles have changed from previous decades, and forest and land managers must alter their current management, suppression, and containment strategies if they are to preserve the valuable forest resources in California for generations to come.